on artificially creating solar eclipse. In this paper, we inform about the partial solar eclipse we created artificially in IMS Invite those who are interested in the study of solar eclipse to set up their own laboratory of artificially created and study solar eclipse at any time of the day and at any convention spot of the earth. Anybody interested in the study of solar eclipse can set up his laboratory without much expenditure. What essentially required is a small piece of land exposed to sunlight to array. The equipment consists of the telescope, some spatial object of appropriate size, a mechanical arrangement to hold and move a chosen spatial object at hand, appropriate filter to protect it, and a good camera to take photograph of artificially eclipsed sun. We report here about our initial effort on recreating artificially creating solar eclipse of any kind. We prefer toward the end of the paper to sample photograph of artificially created partial solar eclipse taken using orange fruit in the role of moon and photograph of naturally occurred partial solar eclipse for the sake of demonstrating their similarity. We propose here a way to artificially create eclipse of all types, namely total, partial, or annular, in the laboratory. At our will, we discuss how to create solar eclipse and any location of Earth at any day, time, and at any location of the Sun on its daytime trajectory. This eclipse formations and artificially will be same in every respect to naturally occurring eclipse due to perfect alignment of Earth, Moon, and Sun along a straight line. The only difference in naturally occurring solar eclipse and artificially created solar eclipse is in replacing the moon by any spatial body of applause. It ceases to work as artificial moon to obscure sunrise from solar eclipse. Artificially, we might use any spatial body in place of moon which has diameter matching with diameter of parallel sun beam entering the telescope to hide the real image of the sun by the artificial moon. One introduced solar eclipse in most spectacular example of the validity of celestial machines. It is an excellent particular demonstration of the clockwork of solar system at work. It occurs when the moon arrives in between sun and earth during its motion. During total solar eclipse for a short period of time, the sun is completely blocked out by the moon when viewed from the earth, and they briefly turn into night so that some background stars become clearly visible for that short duration. As example, beautiful in 1, 2, 3, many interesting phenomena occurs during this short duration of eclipse, which are worth watching and studying. The 4 contact point feature 1, namely the first contact point when moon just touch the solar disk, the second contact point when moon just covers the sun almost entirely, and only a sub-golden edge, a crescent of sun, this is only visible in the direct contact point when moon move little further, and the sub-golden edge, a crescent of this, no visible on the diametrically opposite side, and the fourth contact point when moon touch solar disk at the diametrically opposite point of the first contact point, and about to leave the sun are worth recording as they provide useful information to estimate the axis of the sun. The other important octomas, like appearance of Bailey pit fig 2, which are formed when the moon covers the last slice of the sun, the photosphere shining through the valleys creates this effect. The last silvery portion of sun breaks up into a chain of bright pearls around the edge of the moon. Most amazing and always inspiring diamond ring is then formed as the last bit of photosphere dispersed by 3. You see here something that looks like a diamond ring, the beautiful inner corona forming a ring around the moon with a brilliant white jewelry, like then within few moments you witness formation of corona. 4. Annular solar eclipse occurs when a region of the Earth's surface is in line with the umbra, but the distance are such the point tip of the umbra does not react the Earth's surface. A beautiful golden bangle from during annular eclipse. 5. Other effect like shadow band, interference band formed by sunrays unobstructed and sunrays obstructed, and refraction by the superficial surface of the moon are also worth studying. Background stars also become visible for a short duration during totally. For a complete calendar of solar sun and lunar eclipse, one can refer to 4. More importantly, it can become possible for us to capture stars in our view which are placed near the boundary of sun disk but placed behind on the so hidden by the sun disk, as was done by Sir Arthur Stanley Eddington. 5. During totally solar eclipse of 29 May 1919, Fig 6 then provided the confirmation of being of light due to curving of space due to massive star like sun accordance with Einstein's general theory of relativity. 2. Solar eclipse. Let us discuss now in private about solar eclipse, their cause of their types, and let us get a geometric view of the situation leading to their formation. Solar eclipses are the result of periodic motion of the moon about the earth. There are regulations in timing of eclipse to give cycles of related eclipse. The periodic motion of the trio, namely sun, earth, and moon, are responsible for solar eclipse. Earth revolves around sun on a elliptical orbit. Moon revolves around earth on another elliptical orbit, such that planets in which this orbit lie are inclined to Earth order. One consequence of the moon orbit about the Earth is that the moon can shadow the sunlight view from the earth, or the moon can pass knock the shadow cast by the earth. Format is called a solar eclipse, and the latter is called a lunar eclipse. The small tilt of the moon orbit with respect to the plane of the elliptic, and the small eccentricity of the lunar orbit reduce the chance of perfect alignment, and thus makes ellipse much less common than they would be otherwise. But partial or total eclipses are actually rather frequent among the phase of the moon. Solar eclipse can occur only at new moon, when moon passes between earth and sun, and may cast shadow on the surface of earth. When moon shadow happens to fall upon earth's surface, we see at that time some portion of sun. This is covered or eclipsed by the moon. Since moon phase occurs very 295 days on, might expect ellipse after every 295 days, but median about moon orbit around earth divided by approximately 5 degrees to earth orbit around the sun. Moon's shadow usually measure earth and can expect alignment roughly twice a year. There main types of solar eclipse as observed from any particular point on the earth. 1. Total solar eclipse occur when the umbra of the moon shadow touches off region on the surface of the earth. 2. Partial solar eclipse occur when the penumbra of the moon shadow passes off a region on the earth's surface. 3. Annular solar eclipse occur when a region on the earth's surface in line with the umbra, but the distance of such that the tip of the umbra does not reach the earth's surface. As illustrated on the figure, in total eclipse, the surface of the sun is completely blocked by the moon. In the partial eclipse, it is only partially blocked, and in an annular eclipse, the eclipse is partial but such that the apparent diameter of the moon can be seen completely against the larger apparent diameter of the sun. There is one more type of solar eclipse called hybrid types occurring rarely. This so-called hybrid eclipse occurs when the curvature of Earth brings different points of path into umbra and unumbral shadows. This happens in the neighborhood of point where both umbra and unumbra shadow meet. 9. The next hybrid eclipse will be in November 3, 2013. 3. Artificially created solar eclipse. We now process with the discussion for our main object in the creator of